Hi, welcome to Why This Now. I am traveling this week, so a little bit different background, and we'll just go with it because hopefully you're not tuning in just for the background. So Why This Now is my safe space channel that I offer to everyone to come talk about topics that are pertinent to our emotional health, and I try to give positive information and steps and tools that you can use every day. Today I'm going to have you pause the video at some point and write down some information, a memory that you have. I'll give the outline for that in just a minute. So if you want to get a piece of paper ready, after you follow the directions, you're going to come back, so don't forget to come back, and then we'll explore those together, and then I'll give you an example of my own from what we'll be talking about today. So today I wanted to go over what I'm calling do you have rhythm? And I don't mean rhythm in the sense of the word like can you dance or can you sing, because everybody can dance and everyone can sing. Some are just better than others. It's all good. I was a preschool teacher for a long time, and I saw all kinds of rhythm and questionable rhythm when I was working with those littles. It was really fun. You could kind of predict what was going to happen in their future. But in your day-to-day, you have rhythm. Some days when we have our off days, when we have days that we look back and think about what could have been different, that's where we can identify the gaps of where we did not find the rhythm that is so important to feed and fuel our spirit. So when I'm talking about the rhythm, I want you to think about the joy, the peace, the hope in your life, which is the whole premise of having this channel, because I want to make sure I'm giving tools that will fight what is not bringing you joy, peace, and hope in your life, and so you can be more aware of it and pursue that and have action steps and surround yourself. And my topics in all of my videos can give you that direction if you want to go back and look at the topics. So what I want you to do now before when you hit pause is I want you to think of a memory or an activity that you did or somebody did with you that brought you joy, peace, and hope for your why this now, for your journey of where you are right now. And it can change and look different, but think about something that is fairly recent. And if you don't, then that you don't have one, I'm sure that these steps today that you can reflect and be more aware as you're creating that space in your day to have the activities that will bring that. So go ahead and hit your pause button and then write down that memory and think about the typical questions, the who, what, where, when, why, how. When you're writing your memory down, don't put those in right now, but we're going to talk about those when you come back. So go ahead and hit pause. Take a few minutes to write your memories down. All right, so hopefully you came back. I guess you are if you're here. So what do you have in that memory? First of all, think about where you were. Then think about who you were with. It's not always going to be the same person, but you'll have a general category of who brings you joy, peace, and hope. And then why did that activity feed your spirit? What was important about it? What was meaningful? What was valuable to you in that activity? And why did it feed your spirit? And when did you experience that? Did you experience the joy, peace, and hope during? Was it a result? Was it something that motivated you to participate into that? Or all of the above? And then when you experience that joy, hope, and peace activity, what were those action steps that you took to make that happen? You can pause the video again if you want to, but the next part of looking at that memory is I want you to look at that memory and with those questions and write down a one word that goes with the why, one with the who, where, when, what, how, and what, who, for one word for each of those when you look back on that memory. Because what that's going to do is that's going to help you identify what brings you joy, peace, and hope to feed and fuel your spirit, so that you can remain in that rhythm of having those activities in your life as often as you can, and then you'll be aware when you're not. So here's one of my examples. Maybe this will help you if you're kind of stuck. So one of my examples is when my husband and I are just the two of us, and we go for a trail walk. We have trails in Arizona that we love to go on. We love Maui. When we're there, we have particular trails and hikes that we love to go on. So for me, for my words, I put for what, connected. For where, outside in the fresh air. Who, a loved one. Why, because it promotes togetherness. Whenever we're together, we're undistracted. There's a separateness from anything else in our life, and to have that feeds my spirit and fuels my spirit to be able to remain in that rhythm. So what I want to encourage you after you look through all this is look up for and create that space. And I know the buzzword today is creating margin, and that is true. And I just think buzzwords are kind of funny and they're trendy. So, but what I want to help you develop is something that's consistent of, what are those activities that you're going to have to create those one word, who, what, where, when, why, how answers, so that you can be aware of when that's happening. You can also be aware of when it's starting to go sideways and not, so that you can stop it, put that boundary up. I've talked about boundaries in past videos. You can look those up, so that you can journey more in your why this now, in your joy, peace, and hope. Until next time, go do your dance.